It is safe to say that this week has been unsettling for the president, a week that would normally seem like, and I'm not making this up, an entire year of news. If you need a refresher of what has gone down in the last week, let's start with Wall Street. The stock market is on pace for its worst December performance since the Great Depression, after the Federal Reserve again raised its interest rates for the fourth time this year. The Dow fell below 23,000 for the first time in 14 months amid all the uncertainty over what's been happening in Washington. Like, for example, the president announcing that he's pulling troops out of Syria, which was met with harsh criticism from both Democrats and Republicans, and especially those at the Pentagon. But you know who didn't criticize that decision and in fact praised it? Vladimir Putin. But wait, there's more. One report this week stated that the president is also considering pulling troops out of Afghanistan. Then the Secretary of Defense, General James Mattis, resigned in protest over disagreements with the president. He's not the only person who resigned this week, though. There's also Interior Department Secretary Ryan Zinke, who faced intense pressure to step down because of questionable conduct in office. And 1 week ago today, the White House got a new acting chief of staff, Budget Director Mick Mulvaney. There was also a ton of news on immigration. A federal judge struck down the Trump administration's effort to deny asylum for migrants fleeing gang violence and domestic abuse. Meanwhile, the president is still vowing to shut down the government over issues funding his border wall, and the Department of Justice, Trump's acting attorney general, let me just take a breath for a second. His acting attorney general pick came under hot water for not recusing himself from the Russia probe, as we just discussed, despite ethics officials actually saying that he should have. Speaking of that investigation, a new report this week claims that special counsel Robert Mueller is wrapping up his inquiry, and a final report could be submitted as early as mid-February. But just days ago, former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn came before a judge facing charges from the special counsel, and after a bizarre hearing, his sentencing got delayed until March. And one more thing. The Trump Foundation was forced to shut down after the New York Attorney General accused the president of using its charitable profits for his own financial benefit. Yes, folks, this all happened within the last 7 days. Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.